In this story, you will learn 6 important English words: plot, harvest, volunteer, compost, seasonal, and contribute. Listen carefully and enjoy the story. This is a story about a woman named Clara. Clara moved to a new city 6 months ago. She lives alone in a small apartment. Clara loves plants. She always had a garden at her old home, but now she has no outdoor space. One morning, Clara walks to the park near her apartment. She sees a large sign by the park gate. The sign says, "Community Garden, new members, welcome." Clara stops and reads the sign again. She feels a small feeling of hope in her chest. Maybe this is what she has been looking for. She walks through the gate and looks around. She sees rows of green plants. She sees people working quietly in the soil. A man sees Clara standing near the entrance. He waves and walks over to her. His name is Mr. Osei. He is one of the garden organizers. "Hello. Are you interested in joining us?" Mr. Osei asks. Clara smiles and says, "Yes, I would love to, but I don't know how it works." Mr. Osei says, "No problem. Let me show you." He starts to walk, and Clara follows him along a path between the plants. Mr. Osei stops in front of a small rectangular area of soil. He says, "This is a plot." A plot is a small piece of land used for growing plants. He points to the different plots around them. Each member of the garden gets their own plot. You are responsible for your plot. You plant, you water, you care for it. Clara looks at the empty plot in front of her. The soil looks dark and soft. She already imagines tomatoes and herbs growing there. "Can I have this one?" she asks. Mr. Osei laughs kindly. "Of course. This plot has been waiting for someone like you." They keep walking. Mr. Osei shows Clara the shared tools. There are shovels, watering cans, and gardening gloves on a wooden shelf. Then they stop near a large brown bin in the corner of the garden. The bin has a lid. Mr. Osei opens the lid and shows Clara what is inside. Inside the bin, there are old vegetable peels, leaves, and coffee grounds. "This is called compost," Mr. Osei explains. "Compost is a natural material made from old food and plants. It makes the soil richer and healthier." Clara looks at the compost with interest. "So, instead of throwing away vegetable peels, we put them in here?" she asks. "Exactly," says Mr. Osei. "Nothing is wasted in this garden." Clara thinks this is a very smart idea. She has always hated wasting food. The compost bin feels like a small but important solution. Next, Mr. Osei takes Clara to a notice board near the garden entrance. There are papers and schedules on the board. "This shows our volunteer days," he says. "A volunteer is someone who gives their time to help without being paid," he explains. "Every member volunteers here once or twice a month. We clean the paths, fix the fences, and help new members." Clara nods. She likes this idea very much. She has time on Saturdays, and she is happy to help other people. Mr. Osei says, "The garden also has a shared area. In the shared area, we grow food for the whole community." He points to a large open section of the garden. "Everyone can contribute to the shared area," Mr. Osei continues. "To contribute means to give something, your time, your effort, or your ideas, to help a group. You can contribute by planting seeds, pulling weeds, or even just bringing water," he adds. Clara thinks about this. She wants to contribute as much as she can. After the tour, Clara signs a simple form to become a member. She pays a small fee, just $20 for the whole year. She goes home feeling excited. That evening, she makes a list of what she wants to grow in her plot. She writes, tomatoes, basil, green beans, and carrots. The next Saturday, Clara goes back to the garden. She brings her own small gardening gloves. She is ready to start. She meets some of the other gardeners. There is a young couple, Paolo and Inez. There is also an older woman named Mrs. Lund, who has been in the garden for many years. Mrs. Lund gives Clara some good advice. Think about what is seasonal, she says. Seasonal means something that belongs to a certain time of year. Some plants grow best in spring. Others grow best in summer or autumn. Right now, it is spring, Mrs. Lund continues. So plant things that are seasonal for spring, like lettuce, spinach, and peas. They love the cool weather. Clara listens carefully. She changes her list a little. She adds lettuce and spinach. She will plant tomatoes later when the weather is warmer. Clara begins to prepare her plot. She uses a shovel to turn the soil. It is hard work, but she enjoys it. The sun is warm on her back. Paolo comes over and offers to help. Together, they add compost to the soil. The compost will give the plants the food they need, Paolo explains. Clara thanks Paolo. She feels comfortable here. The garden is a friendly, quiet place. She already feels less lonely than before. Weeks pass. Clara comes to the garden almost every day. She waters her plants in the morning. She checks for insects. She pulls small weeds. She also volunteers on the first Saturday of each month. One Saturday, she helps to fix a broken fence. Another Saturday, she shows a new member how the compost bin works. One warm afternoon, Clara notices something wonderful. Her lettuce and spinach are growing well. The small green leaves are getting bigger every day. Mrs. Lund comes to look. Your plants are very healthy, she says. You have been caring for them well. Clara feels very proud. 2 months after she joined the garden, something special happens. Mr. Osei calls everyone together. It is time for our first harvest of the season, he announces. He explains, a harvest is the time when you pick and collect the plants you have grown. This is the best moment in any garden. Everyone walks to their plots. Clara walks to hers. She looks at her spinach and lettuce. They are full and green and ready. Slowly, she picks the leaves with her hands. She fills a small basket. The leaves are fresh and smell wonderful. She cannot believe she grew these herself. Clara feels a deep happiness. This is not just food. This is the result of her hard work, her care, and her time. It feels very meaningful. After the harvest, everyone gathers at a table near the garden gate. They bring their vegetables and share them with each other. There are cucumbers from Paolo's plot. There are herbs from Mrs. Lund's plot. There are peas from a quiet man named Thomas, who never talks very much, but always smiles. Clara contributes her spinach and lettuce. The other gardeners thank her. Mrs. Lund says, "This is the best spinach I have seen in years." Clara laughs. She did not expect to feel this way when she first saw that sign by the park gate. She came looking for a garden. She found a community. That evening, Clara goes home with her basket of vegetables. She makes a simple salad for dinner. Every bite tastes better because she grew it herself. She sits by the window and thinks about the people in the garden. She thinks about Mr. Osei, Mrs. Lund, Paolo, and Inez. These people are becoming her friends. She also thinks about next season. She will plant tomatoes and basil in summer. She wants to try growing carrots too. There is so much more to learn and do. The community garden gave Clara more than just vegetables. It gave her a reason to go outside. It gave her a routine. It gave her connection with others. And it all started with one small sign by a park gate on an ordinary morning. Sometimes, one small step changes everything. Now let us review the 6 key words from today's story. The first word is plot. A plot is a small piece of land used for growing plants. Clara had her own plot in the community garden. The second word is harvest. A harvest is the time when you pick and collect the plants you have grown. Clara had her first harvest 2 months after she joined the garden. The third word is volunteer. A volunteer gives their time to help others without being paid. Clara volunteered at the garden once a month. The fourth word is compost. Compost is a natural material made from old food and plants. It makes the soil healthier. Clara added compost to her plot. The fifth word is seasonal. Seasonal means belonging to a certain time of year. Mrs. Lund told Clara to plant seasonal vegetables in spring. The sixth word is contribute. To contribute means to give something, your time, effort, or ideas, to help a group. Clara contributed her spinach and lettuce to the shared harvest table. Well done for listening to the whole story. You practiced real English in a natural way today. Keep coming back and your English will grow, just like Clara's garden. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to Fluent Story English. A new story is waiting for you. See you in the next one.